Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Sid,
I'm Tay.
and today it's Christmas. Well, it's not anymore, but it's close to Christmas, so we're listening and reacting to Gaito. And I'm very excited because apparently this music video is adorable.
Yes, from the thumbnail alone, we're already like,
Yeah, we've been waiting. We've been waiting.
yeah, we have. It's been a while since this song's come out. I haven't even heard it. I didn't do it on purpose. I just like didn't have
That's
time.
crazy. I love this song. I've been bumping it. I didn't know you hadn't heard it yet.
Yeah, yeah. I just
I
didn't.
just
I
assumed
didn't.
that you listened to it.
No, I just didn't. I didn't ever add it to my playlist. And when I'm listening to my playlist, I'm doing other stuff, so I'm not adding songs to my playlist. So I just haven't heard it
Well,
yet.
that's crazy.
Yeah. So back to the old days.
Oh, this is so exciting.
Um, real quick, I did make a post about it. But again, just in case you guys don't see our posts, thank you for sticking with us through this year. This year's been a lot. We were uploading a lot of content at the beginning of the year, and then we dropped off because we got severe burnout.
Yes.
So thank
Very
you guys.
burnt out, and then we got busy with real life.
True. Sid's starting school soon. I have been slammed at my job. We had a lot of personnel cuts, so I've been picking up the slack, or one of the people picking up the slack. So it's just been crazy. We've been super busy, and you know, the burnout was super real, and we don't want that to happen again. So we're just trying to take it easy. Um, Obviously, we were just talking about Christmas and stuff. This isn't getting posted until at least January, because we're just gonna stock up on stuff and starting now, so that we have stuff to put out, and it's not like we're going weeks at a time without posting because we didn't record anything.
Yeah.
We're hoping to be a little bit more regular. Nothing set in stone yet. We just have plans that we're going to try to work towards, and we'll just see how that goes. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for sticking with us. If you still come back and check our channel and everything like that, I know that people have said that like they come and check to see if we've posted. Thank you. We appreciate you guys
That's
still
so
wanting
nice.
to see us and hear what we have to say. And with that, we're also going to be transitioning to other groups, Hana, Starglow, because their debut is coming up next month. Oh my God, like
Solo
a couple
artists.
weeks.
Yeah, yeah. They're coming.
They're coming.
And Hana's first full album. It's exciting.
Um. Oh, and since the last time we recorded, the movie was announced about the Be First World Tour. So we're super excited about that.
My God.
The assumption is that it's going on Amazon Prime internationally again, like with their other ones. So BMSG, please do not make asses out of us for assuming that, but hopefully.
No, because we're probably in it.
Yeah, dude.
If we're in it and we can't watch it,
yeah, that'd be crazy.
I'd be upset.
A world tour and it's only available in Japan.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
But they did it with the DVD, with the best album.
Yeah, exactly. So
what was that about,
hey,
bro?
Who knows? We can never expect anything over here.
No. But yeah, super exciting. I got Be First's and Mazel's season's greetings, the Moments 2026 thing, whatever the heck they're calling it. I got both of those. Mom got Mazel's for me for Christmas. I bought Be First's on my own for Christmas.
That's so cute.
I'm very excited.
I'm still unemployed. I have $0. That's okay. Okay. Gaito.
Yes. All right.
Street light lighting up the town.
Lighting, yeah. For whatever reason.
I'm so excited. I love this song. It's so Christmas. You have no idea how Christmas it is.
Fine. Is this Be First's first like holiday song?
Christmas song? Yeah, I think so.
So now we have one from
when it
May's
Reiko. We have Holiday from Mazel. We have
this.
Yeah, that's it.
And
this.
Half of Shota's
Well, yeah.
His winter songs. None of them are like Christmas, but he definitely has some winter
No, they're
songs.
most of them are like sad. So, but hey, that's winter for you.
Well,
No, this song, when this song came out, I understood that it was coming out like with the Family Mart like
mhm.
chicken collab and the cakes and all that good stuff. But like I didn't realize how Christmas it would be, especially when they like came out that it was going to be like gospel inspired. I was like, okay, that makes sense. But like I thought it was going to be more like Muchu. We can talk about this after. But like it's so Christmas. I was like, this is the best thing I've ever heard.
I've loved the shorts and stuff because I have been watching the
Hmm.
shorts. I love all of like the short form content that they've been posting for this song. It's so cute.
Yeah.
The one with Sota and Junon, Sid sent it to me, and I had it in my clipboard to send to her.
Yeah. Anytime Sota and Junon are in anything together, we have to send it to each other and go,
Mm-hmm. Uh, uh.
they did that for us.
All right,
Let's go.
3, 2, 1, go. 11:03.
Oh my god, they keep doing it. Hey, woman.
No!
Oh, no, poor guy. He looks so sad.
What the heck?
Hey, いつも変わり映えない街が今日は騒がしい乗っかっちゃえば楽しいほらしかめつ
It
な
took him
話
way too much effort to get that around.
だって目いっぱい腹の底から立っちゃいな本気で The night is almost right Sum it up, very up, hands up, hands down 話 babies 遠慮すらねえし羽目は外しすぎるのが礼儀明日の予定なんて取り間のみ細のせいあご当然だろう日が沈み夜が更けて魔法に染ま
Oh, poor
って
Leo.
そうさもう二度と戻らないこの夜を踊ろう街を照らす明かりが君が隣にいる今日が特別な当たり前がずっと続きますように空に昇る鐘の音が雪になって降り注いだ願うならこんな時間がずっと続きますように
Yeah. Okay, I love this piano.
Yeah, I love the jazz.
口や心臓曇るウィンドウバカらしい今日鳴らせディンドンかき消しに行こう人かの動物は所詮みんな
Excuse me, sir.
people 分かり合えるいつかきっと We are the same
Yeah, knew that was coming.
I want you to lose ぶっちゃけどうでもいいよね人のストーリー比べられ比べるのはもういい君が愛しい今日に寄ってたおまわのステイ
Okay.
あご当然だろ夜が明けて日が昇り魔法が解けていつか思い出に変わってくこの夜を踊ろうもしも今日に世界が明日終わるとしても
I love Yuhei's voice in this song.
He looks really good in pink. I love how he looks in pink.
街を照らす明かりが君が隣にいる今日が特別な当たり前がずっと続きますように空に昇る鐘の音が雪になって降り注いだ願うならこんな時間がずっと続きますように Let it up, down, down, loud, 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 loud Let love rain down, 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 down Let it up, down, loud, 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 loud Let love rain down, down, down
Oh, Leo. The poor guy.
That's right, King. Pick your chin up. You got this.
Yup. Oh my god.
So good.
I didn't know Sota worked on the choreography. I saw
I'm
that
not
in
surprised.
the last second. Yeah, it makes sense. I just never know. I knew it was Oguri, but I didn't know it was him too. I probably did know that and I just forgot.
Yeah, probably. You not knowing something
But
about
yeah.
Sota? Shh.
It's been a busy season, man. Man, I love this song.
Oh, yeah,
I
that was
love
really
the
good.
jazzy breakdown in the middle. I
Mhm.
love it. The piano and the double bass. And when the song first came out, I was like screaming in the server and I'm like, the jazz, guys, the jazz. And everyone's like, oh, actually, you're right. It's beautiful. If I'm correct, the whole music video is shot in one shot.
Yes, yeah, I did read that from the service.
Camera was just
Mhm.
swinging around. Yeah, yeah, love that.
Yeah, I remember Connie going, "What a miracle!"
Yeah, yeah, it's really nice. I liked the set. I like how the set was obviously a set.
Yes.
Like I like that kind of like kitschy vibe of like, yeah, we're on a set filming a music video and it looks like this and it's all shot in one shot.
Yeah,
It's like what would be the like behind the scenes of a music video, but it's the actual music video. I think it's really cute.
It definitely feeds into the vibe of like, you know, obviously Leo's getting broken up with or whatever at the beginning.
Yeah.
And it very much feeds into the like the boys are there to lift him up. I think that really plays well into it.
Mhm.
With it not
They're
being
having
like
a cute and fun time.
They're like,
yeah.
And it's not even so much of like we have work to do, you can't be sad, more like we have work to do, let's make it as fun as possible like we always do.
Yeah, exactly.
And make you forget about your worries.
Mhm. Which is just this year in a nutshell, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh brother.
Like holy. Be First is here to save us.
If not them, who?
No, literally.
Maza with
What
the
would we do
animal
without
content.
Oh my god, that little piglet. Oh my god.
I want to hold an
I was
otter.
obsessed with pigs as a child. Anyway, Be First, not Mazel. Get out of here, Mazel. Not talking about you right now.
But soon. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while. It's because we rinsed through their entire discography and then there was nothing left. So we had to wait for them
just
to build
about.
it back up.
We haven't done like Seaside Story and all that stuff either.
Oh, I guess that's true.
There was one more thing I wanted to say before we switched. I need to do an actual count of how many music videos they put Junon in shorts and everyone else in pants. I need to actually do a count.
His legs are so long.
So are you, Hayes?
Yeah. I guess that's true. That one Junon part that made you literally gasp.
Okay.
That was the part that we were arguing about in the server.
Whether
over
it was
who sings it.
Oh, that's funny.
Whether it was like people were saying it was Yuhei, people were saying that it was Junon, people are saying that it was Leo. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's Junon or it's Leo doing a Junon impression.
Junon impression.
And everyone was like, no, you're wrong. And it was Junon. Not everybody said that it wasn't Junon, but like so many
the
people
Junon
were like,
Oshis and you were like, no, it's Junon.
Well, I think it's because so often we'll hear like an aria type like line like that, and everyone just assumes it's Junon because like he always hits those, and so I think it's like a reaction to that of it's like a no, it can't always be Junon, but like guys, sometimes it just is. Sometimes it's just Junon. But they are chameleons and they are turning into each other.
I was about to say they are doing a really good job of like not like I know that they've mentioned before where there's not roles that they technically like fill in the group, but I feel like even more so, especially since Yoki leaving, they've just been trying to do everything.
They're covering all their bases.
Yeah, because I think basically what happened is like, even though they are a whole group without him, he still left a hole in their performances that they had been doing so far, because they had been performing as 7, and all of a sudden there was just a little bit of something missing, and they had to like fill that hole themselves. And so I feel like since then they've been doing
Yeah.
their very best to make it the same or better. And I think they've done a great job of making
Yeah.
it better.
Oh, me too. Yeah, I think it's better. I think they all cover more bases than they covered before. Like, even if it's not necessarily like, oh, this person's rapping more or this person's singing more. I think it's like they're all just like filling the gaps, even though the gaps weren't even really that noticeable as gaps, like besides the gaps of like losing an entire member.
Yeah.
I just mean like Monato's vocal tone is changing, and Leo's vocal tone is changing, and Ryuhei and Shunto. I think everybody's vocal tone is like changing and adapting a little bit, and everyone's still themselves, but they're all like spreading out a little bit, and it's nice.
The way I was thinking of it is that not that they were getting stagnant, really, because they weren't. They were always improving, like every release and everything like that. But I really feel like they felt that drive, and they were like, we can't just fall off.
Yeah, we can't just sit still right now. We have to push forward.
So
and they did, and they are.
with everything that happened to them this year, like unfortunate and not, it really lit a fire under their asses, and they were like, no, we want to keep doing this for as long as we can, and we have to, one up ourselves every single time.
Yep.
And it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. And it also makes sense that, everybody's watching BE:FIRST and BMSG to see what they do next, because they're setting the trends, bro, like they said they would.
Yep. B stance,
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. No, what I was gonna say, rewatching this, I realized that I didn't explain it well last time, and it finally clicked in my head what I meant when I was talking about it last time. Was that I was talking about like how it feels like a set, right? And because of the one-shot camera and like all these like clunky like set pieces that look like set pieces, it looks like a stage play. And that's what I was trying to get across, that it specifically looks like a stage play, and I really like it, especially with the like everybody coming in, and like they don't care about who's bringing in props or props that are coming down at like certain emotional parts of the story. Like I love watching plays and musicals and stuff like that, so it's
as
perfect.
Someone who participated in a lot of plays and musicals and stuff like that in high school, it felt like home. I was like, oh
yeah,
this feeling, I love this feeling, I miss it.
Yeah, fantastic. And the energy and everything.
BE:FIRST like, making us feel like we're 18 again.
Classic. How many times are they gonna do this? First, it happened, we haven't even put up the video yet, but it'll be up when this is up. Like the I Want You Back, it happened in that too. We were talking about high school, and we were talking about choir, and we were talking about they've done it twice in a row now because they keep putting out gospel music. Man, I love them.
Man, I love BE:FIRST.
Add another one to the counter.
So one thing that I was trying to focus on the music in the last listen that we just did. But I really love, like, especially because we've already touched on the jazz part of it, especially that breakdown in the middle. I love the highs and lows of the song, because there were a lot. It wasn't like, low, high, low, or high, low, high. It was like, constantly up and down.
Roller coaster.
And I feel like that really mixes well with jazz.
Yeah.
Because I feel like jazz is such a dynamic genre, and so having music that goes with it, like, that's also dynamic, it's like the best way to do it. The holidays are such a complex time for most people.
And it also makes sense with then that the acting that they put into it. Like the fact that they're like this is what happens around the holidays. If something bad happens to you, you're like not having a good time, and you get together with people that you love, and then they make you feel better, and like you still at the end, when they all leave, you might still feel like shit, but at least you got to have that little breather in the middle with the people you care about.
Yeah, and then, like, even if you still feel sad about whatever made you sad initially, I feel like, especially with like him picking his head up and then continuing on, it was like very symbolic of like, yeah, shit sucks right now, but I have people who love me and who have my back, and I can make it through this.
Yep, exactly. Be first putting out A+ Christmas music that makes you think.
Small things, like there's truly like just really
Oh, for
small
sure.
things that they do, and I'm not sure if it's like they've been directed to do that or if it's intentional or not intentional, but like I feel like almost every single video there's like something small where we're like,
That we notice, yeah, that like means more than just like the base action itself.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. They have a good complex worldview,
Hmm.
no matter what kind of music they're putting out, which hey,
I
you could
think
gas
it,
them up all day over stuff like this.
yeah, for sure. I think it also comes with them having such different like backgrounds just in
Hmm.
general. Family
Yeah.
backgrounds, personal life, stuff like that, like, you know, just everything that they shared about themselves during the first really I feel like it really shines when they are doing music videos and performing and stuff like that because it's like these are people from like completely different walks of life. Like Sota came into the audition as like a dancer
Yeah.
and Junon came in as a college graduate
Yeah.
who was going to
A
go
guy who likes
into
singing in his free time.
business or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
um
Salaryman Junon haunts my dreams.
I'm so glad he was rescued from that life.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that there's anything wrong with that life if you like it, but it is not for me. And
Yeah.
I would.
Not for him either, apparently.
But even like Shunto's always really loved music and he's always wanted to be a performer, but he's had some extremely personal struggles
Yeah.
that he's had to work through. And that makes me even more glad that like no matter what happens, like they've got each other.
Yeah, it's good that they all care about each other.
Yeah. And that is
It
why
definitely helps.
it is a huge, huge, huge thing for I think everybody who's a fan of BMSG that they're bringing like the humanity back into the music industry because like that's what makes it good.
That's kind of really what got us here in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, watching all the shows and like seeing the interactions between artists and all that kind of stuff. It's like I see your humanity and I want to support you because of it.
Yeah, and like just beyond that, it just makes like better music. Like some
Hmm.
of the some of the songs that I've listened to that are meant to be emotional, I'm like, yeah, if I think about it in a certain way, it makes me emotional. But like I feel like with Be First and like, you know, most other songs from other artists under BMSG, I get emotional off the first listen because I can just
Yeah,
feel it.
sometimes when I don't even understand the lyrics yet
Yeah,
and
because
I'm
the
listening to it
emotion
and
that
I
they're
listen to
putting.
the way they deliver it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic.
And this is what we mean by music transcends language. You don't need to understand
Hmm.
what's being said. It's nice to have people who translate for us. Shout out everybody who
Oh, of
works on the
course.
wiki, especially chanting. Holy shit, chanting. We love you
Hmm.
so much.
I would never know anything without her. Literally anything.
No, literally. But, it's not necessary, but
Hmm.
that just speaks to the kind of artist that they are.
Exactly. That was actually the related to the one thing that I was gonna say
Hmm.
that I didn't remember. Was that I was as we kept watching and listening, and I was like really listening to the words and reading the subtitles. I realized how much Japanese I've learned in the last like year and a half of watching them. Like I don't know any to like be able to speak in any capacity, but like now that I'm listening, I'm like, oh, I know that word that you just said means that in the subtitle, kind of a thing. And I'm putting all the puzzle pieces together, which is something I didn't know was gonna happen. Like I know that with Korean, like learning Korean for listening to K-pop for 12 years, but now it's like almost 15 years now. That's disgusting. But I didn't think I would start to put the pieces together with J-pop this quickly. So
Yeah, you
it's
and I
nice.
getting shocked at how much Japanese we actually knew when we were singing along to their songs at the concert.
I know. I was like, wait, I know this song. Like I know this song. And speaking of crying to songs that don't need to be cried to, us at the concert. Crying to Don't Wake Me Up and Blissful and
Well,
God
Blissful.
forbid, Grit.
Blissful
Yeah,
is
no,
one thing.
Blissful makes sense. But like when Grit came on and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna cry. It's Grit, girl. Get it together.
Yeah.
But no.
Don't Wake Me Up. I feel
Sometimes
like
they just make you cry.
because we were just talking about this in the server. So if you're in the server, you
Mhm.
know we just had this conversation about it started in Mazel, but then I brought it over to Be First because of course.
Because of course.
I feel like there's an argument to be made for Don't Wake Me Up because it is like some of the lyrics are emotional, but it's a song with Jonas Blue, dude. It's a club song.
Yeah.
It's a song where they were like, yeah, get up on your feet and jump every 30 seconds. So
Yeah.
it's like I
And we're
feel
jumping and
silly.
crying.
Yeah, I feel silly crying to it, but I'm like, especially when Monato's like, I finally found you. I'm like, yeah, I finally found you. Like the artists I've been
Yup.
waiting my entire life for.
Yup.
Ugh.
Gotcha. I don't know if I have anything else to elaborate on Gaito. At least the music and the music video side of things.
Yeah, I think I just want to like briefly go over just how much fun it seemed like they had. Like I was having fun watching them. Like it's a fun music video and of course, but like being able to see how much joy was on their faces while doing this, especially knowing it was a one shot.
Yeah. I wonder how many takes this took.
If they did it on the first take, I will clap forever.
Me too. Like somebody had to have dropped something in one of the takes.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
one of those lights had to have gotten tangled when they dropped them. Like something.
Yeah, or like when Manato dumps the bucket on Leo's head, like
He just misses his head.
Bauble like hits him in the eyeball or something, and he's like, "Oh my god!" But no, that would have made it funnier. They probably would have left that in.
Yeah, true. Now we're doing the dance practice,
and I haven't seen this, which is probably why I didn't know that it was Sota choreography. I'm gonna give myself that.
and we're just gonna do the descriptive audio because we've heard the song, like the recorded version of the song enough. I want to hear them scream.
That's true.
Or whatever the hell they do. I'm sure they'll be screaming.
Generally, oh my god. I'm so excited. I like this choreo. It's the kind of choreo, from what I've seen. Obviously, I've only seen the like little bits and pieces. It's the kind of choreography that like if I'm listening to this song, I'm gonna like do the arms in my chair to the
especially
beat in
because
the chorus.
there's a part in the video where they're dancing
the music
in a
video
chair
where they're doing that. Like they're like, yes, this is what this is for. Now do it while you're sitting there in your room by yourself, and I will. That's just how it works.
All right, I'm so excited for this. I love the descriptive audio that they do for Be First dance practices. I think it's so fun. I want them to do it more. I hope that they do it for Starglow, and I hope that they start doing it for Mazel.
Yeah, me too.
3, 2, 1, go.
God.
Fucking Sota.
Oh my god. His little hat.
Oh wow, Junan looks too good here. Hold on.
Yeah, it's that shirt.
Yeah,
really
what?
Great. Oh, I already really love it.
Oh, Monochel's so smooth with it, dude.
Yeah. The snapping being in the track and the choreo. Oh, the way I'm not saying anything, I'm just looking at them and
Me too. Ooh, I like that move.
Okay. Here he goes. Oh my god. I like how Sota always artistically swings his arm. Oh, yeah,
Sota's
this is
fucking
school play
feeling
down.
it, dude. Oh, these three on the end, I swear.
My Oshi line, you mean? Like, hey. I didn't know he got on the floor. Hey, get up! Oh my god, they're so cute. Okay, the shoulder isolations that Yuhei just did were crazy. Well, they did say down.
What the hell in the volleyball dive was that?
That was a Sota move if I've ever seen one.
Dude, I can't believe how much Yuhei has come out of his shell.
Mm-hmm. Oh my.
So cute.
Oh, I love them so much. I literally want to watch it again already, like right now.
We have
like,
to
right away.
Yeah, I didn't catch everything. We have to. Junon keeps spinning.
Sota's little pose.
Junon just keeps
so
spinning on the
cute.
end there. Oh my
They're
god, so
cute.
much to
They're
talk
all
about.
So cute.
And the only thing that really comes to mind, I mean, the choreo, I feel like it's pretty low key for what it is, but I think the main part of this song is not so much about the dance, it's about like the feeling, the music.
Yeah,
less
it's about the vibe.
Yeah. Less about like the performance aspect of it. I would love to see them perform this. Please, please don't let this be one of the ones that you guys leave in the closet forever.
This is like the opposite of Stare and Wonder. It's like Stare and Wonder, we're all just literally staring in wonder at their dance. But like this time we're just here chilling, we're just having a good time.
Duality.
The choreo is still good, and I really like it. But yeah.
It's very fun. Just everything other than like the formations, everything I have to say about this other than the formations is how silly they were being. But let's talk about the formations real quick. I could not tell. I need a top-down view because I could not tell.
I know
who was technically where. Except for when
it was a little muddy.
Except for when Yuhei fucking fell in the back. That's
and it was just like 5 guys in the front, him in the back, dead on the ground. And I'm like, oh shit, gotta pick this guy up. Girl, it's your turn. It's your turn to sing. You gotta get up.
The way that they all started yelling too, like that makes me believe that that was something that was unplanned by everybody except for Yuhei.
Yeah, and he was just like, I'm gonna get on the ground.
I'm gonna be the drama this time.
And good for him. He deserves to be the drama.
Exactly. It's his turn.
Yeah.
Something I pointed out to Sid on the second watch through that we aren't including is Junon and Minato, my number 1 and 2 Oshis, going up to each other and doing the one chanso like sword thing. Idiots. I love them so much.
I love these guys. They're so stupid. Like absolutely ridiculous. Yeah.
It's my turn. It's my time.
It's your time to show boy plastic on the video.
Minato looks so smooth with some of these, like even more so than Sota.
Mhm.
Like my eyes are drawn to him rather
Yeah.
than Sota. And that's saying a
Yeah,
lot.
something's going on with him and dancing
He's
lately. Like he
evolving.
is really taking up like extra space in a good way. Like before it was always like
He was
the
always
like the
good.
Sota yeah, he's always been good, but it's always been like Sota, Shunto, Ryuhei, like they're the ones who are always in the dance units and like everything like that. It's always focused on them. But like and Maneto's always been a serviceable dancer and he's always been good too. And he has more like different niches than the other three. But
Mhm.
man, is he like really filling in and like I'm seeing him so much more often. Like I used to always see Sota first and then I would see Shunto when it comes to like dancing, but like now honestly I'm seeing Sota first and I'm seeing Manato second. Like sometimes I'm seeing Manato first and that's a lot coming from me. It makes sense coming from you, but coming from me
I
like
have to say, I am now a Sota Oshi again.
yeah.
He's number 3
He
now.
took your third place spot. My third place spot still belongs to Shunto as of right now. But
Manato's
who
coming
knows?
up.
Coming up. Let's go, Monato. Hurry up, Monato. Man,
I also want to
I love
say
this
that
song.
with Minato leveling up in his dancing, I feel like it's really like infectious and it's spread to Junon and Leo
Mm-hmm.
too, because I noticed some
Mm-hmm.
parts, like we've already talked about Junon and like his improvements in dancing, especially in our Stare and Wonder video. We talked a good deal
Mm-hmm.
about Junon. Um, but I want to say that there were a couple of times that I was watching Leo and I was like, "Who are you?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel like with
Yeah.
and by extension from the conversation we were having earlier about all of them like stepping up to the plate and not really falling back on like what they're used to, which they didn't really do that to begin with, but it was definitely it was definitely happening. They didn't do it a whole lot, but it
Yeah.
was definitely happening where they were like falling back into their roles because that's what worked. But now they're like, well,
Yeah.
we don't want what works now. We want to push boundaries and limits.
Exactly.
Um,
They're doing it.
yeah, they're succeeding. Like Leo has already heavily improved on his style of singing. Like his style, like he was always a really good singer. I always loved his voice.
Mm-hmm.
But his style
Yeah.
has really come to its own this
Yeah.
year.
Well, and I mean, it even shows too, like I was talking about, like we were talking about in the server when this song came out. Like I think it was only me and like a couple other people who thought that the part could be Leo, but like I could have easily heard Leo pull off that Junon part,
Mm-hmm.
which maybe he wouldn't have done as well in the past. But this time I was listening to it and I was like, this could be Leo and I would not be surprised. I think it's Junon, but if it was Leo, I would not be shocked
Yeah.
because he's just improved that much over time
Yeah,
in
for
his
sure.
upper range, his lower range, his like personal styles,
Especially
his
his
flips
lower
between
range.
registers. Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
even on 2B, his lower range was already like developing really quickly. Like I know that we've
Mm-hmm.
talked about this
Especially on
before.
Genesis.
Yeah, especially we've talked about this at length before in the server, but like his parts in Genesis, a lot of people were like, "Is this Sota? It's not
Who
Sota.
is
Who
that?
is this?"
No. And then I went in there and I'm like, guys, it's Leo. This just in, it's Leo. And it's funny because I didn't know it was Leo because it was Leo. I knew it was Leo because
It wasn't
it
Sota.
wasn't Sota. Because I was listening to it and I was like, this is, you're all saying it's Sota. It's not Sota. And it's not Junon. So it's Leo. And process of elimination works sometimes.
But now it's harder.
Oh, for sure.
Given with
Yeah.
especially
The
with this song.
the chameleon is really chameleoning. Like everyone's becoming each other. Everyone's taking little bits of each other's styles or like vocal like inflections and like using them in their own singing style. Like sometimes if I'm listening to like an older song, I'm like, oh, this is definitely a Monato part. But like I'm listening to a new song and I'm like, oh, Monato used to sound like that. But like this could be somebody else who has just adopted a Monato ism in their voice for this one particular line.
That's really funny that you mentioned that, because something I forgot to mention when we were watching the music video and talking about the music is that little exchange that Minato and Shunto have. Minato adopted like that kind of like I don't want to call it a vocal fry, because on Minato it really isn't, but it's like an imitation of it that Shunto has.
Yeah.
He was matching Shunto in the way that Shunto was delivering those lines, and I was like,
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
I didn't,
it's
if I
awesome.
wasn't
I love
looking
seeing
at
it.
it, I'd be like, is Shunto doing something different with his voice? But no,
Yeah.
it's Minato doing something different with his voice.
Yeah, I really like that kind of stuff. And like we've already talked about that with like their dance. We talked about it with Stare and Wonder, like Sota adjusting his dance style when he's doing that duo part with Junon. So it's like it's nice that they're also doing it vocally. Like if they're having a little back and forth exchange, they're not just like this is me and this is you. They're like, no, this is our part, and we're gonna change a little bit to fit each other so that this part sounds more cohesive. And I love it. They're so cool and good.
I
Man, I
literally
love B1st.
cannot wait to see what 2026 brings for them.
I'm so excited,
especially
to like, get
because
into
of
like new and fresh music that like is built for the six of them, that like has all of their strengths, and like I'm sure that they're gonna have more hands involved in it, and like
especially with all of the
really
hints that they've been
top
dropping.
lining, and I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
2026 is the year of beef, guys.
Yeah. Come back to America, please. Please come back to Texas.
Actually,
come to Texas for the first time.
Wait a little bit so that I can go to school and make some money, and then come back, and then I'll spend a lot of money on you. Okay. Right now, I'm super poor.
Come to Texas so I don't have to travel to see you.
Yeah, there you go.
Please.
And then I can just sleep in Tay's house on the floor.
Yeah, well, I would not put you on the floor, but yeah.
I know you would.
I would sooner give up my bed than let you sleep on the floor.
Yeah, when Casey comes over here, I'm like, you have to sleep in my bed. She's like, okay. Yeah, wow. I love them.
They're incredible. I'm so excited for 2026. I know they're gonna deliver some absolute mind-breaking bangers. Oh, and whatever else they have planned. Like it sounds like they have other stuff planned too. So I'm excited to see what that is.
We'll see. They did say they were gonna slow down, but like I hope that we know that it's probably, you know, an intentional slowing down. They did a lot this year and so much happened that it's like, hey, we can take a little bit of a break. But I think what they put out because of that will be so much like more intentional and feel less like, oh well, we have to put out a song right now.
I also feel like just based off of like what I was able to gather in context based, because was it Sota who was talking about it? Who was talking about slowing down? One of them. It was one of them, and I was reading like translations of what he was saying. Whoever it was that was speaking, I'm pretty sure it was Sota.
I think it was Sota, yeah.
To me, it sounded like they were gonna slow down on like releases and like public stuff that they were doing, and I interpreted that as them working on stuff behind the scenes that isn't necessarily like performance based, like public.
That's why I think they're gonna get into like learning how to produce and shit like that.
Well, Monato's already started. He has Bubble. Please release it right now, please. I need it.
No, I need it. And we know Monato's good at top lining, but like they were talking specifically about Monato like leading like a top lining, like producing forward, like who knows? Like I wonder if the members are going to become like teachers in a way. You know, like I know Sota already does that with dance, but like doing it with Monato and top lining, or doing it with other people and certain things, like it'd just be very interesting, especially with how many trainees we have, to like see them. The trainees that we have already adopt the tendencies of the debuted members. So like it would be really cool if it was even more intentional.
Yeah. I think it would be really interesting because especially with training auditions that we've gotten, especially like in Yoto, him and Junon working together so that Junon can can like kind of like show him how to reach those super high, like flowing high notes. Because Junon he delivers those notes so well. And I think Gyoto could do that too. He just needs a little bit of direction. And I think Junon could give that
guidance.
to him. And Shota, for that matter.
Oh my god. Oh, for sure. Man. I love Be First.
They're incredible.
Wow. Wow, they really are. And I love this song. I will be listening to it like 5 more times today at least.
And this, obviously, this video isn't going to be out until January at least, at the very earliest.
Considering January is in like 4 days.
Yeah. But for us right now, it's like the end of the year. And it just like, this song especially makes me think of like, I'm going to get a little emo, so I'm grabbing a tissue.
Get that thing. I got a box right here.
Be First, all of BMSG really, but Be First was the catalyst for me and for Sid. They have changed our lives in ways that are completely unfathomable. We would not be as close as we are. Like, we were pretty close before we got into BMSG and stuff, but like, Sid, it's been a long time since I've been able to say something like this, but Sid's one of my best friends. I talk to her every day. And even on days that we don't talk, it's not, we can go, like, Sid had a rough time where, like, she wasn't really online. And we went, like, a good couple months without talking regularly. But as soon as Sid was able to come back and, like, interact and stuff more online, we picked up like nothing even ever happened. And I haven't had a friend like that in a long time. And
I mean, hey, we took a huge trip together this year.
Yeah.
Like, over just knowing each other on the internet for like less than a year at that point. We were just like, yeah, this is fine. I trust this person enough to stay with them for an entire week. For me, in another country. For you, many hours away from home. Like, that's crazy. All because of a Japanese boy group. Really.
Yeah.
Like, you can say it's because of the company, but really it's because of Be First. And like the things that we did this year are insane to think about. Like, we're in we're assuming we're in 2 published DVDs. Well, one's gonna be on Amazon, but like 2 movies of the company that we love so much. We're in them. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
No. And with the trip, we actually realized, like, on one of the last days that during the trip, it was like our 1 year of like us being like genuine friends anniversary.
Yeah.
So that was crazy.
Crazy timing. Yeah.
And Sid realized that when I was in the bathroom taking a shower, and so she was out in the living room crying by herself, and I was taking a shower.
Yeah. We had just come back from a long day. I was sitting on the couch in the Airbnb, like, we had shit everywhere. There's like little bits of everything everywhere, and I'm like looking through stuff, and I'm like on my phone, and I went, oh my god, it's been like exactly a year since we first became friends, and I'm like sitting there crying, and Tate comes out of the shower and sees me and is like,
are you good?
What's going on? Are you okay? And I'm like, no, actually. Here's the devastating information that I just learned. And then I had to go take a shower.
Oh
my goodness.
So yeah, Be First. I know everyone in the fucking company is a name searcher. So if you guys happen to come across this particular video and you've made it this far
and watch it all this way.
Yeah, the super long video. I already know.
Yep.
Thank you, because you have genuinely changed our lives. I don't know if that's big for you guys. It's huge for us. Obviously, it's our life. But thank you guys.
Well, yes.
We will never be able to put into words what impact you guys have had on us. And we just hope that not us specifically, because that would be fucking crazy and parasocial, but like us international bestie have also changed your life in a meaningful way.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's not just us
yeah,
whose lives they've changed on the international side. Like, we know so many people whose lives are entirely different because of the existence of Be First and the existence of this company. So it's not, even though we're very forward and people see us a lot more, like, realistically we just got here in the grand scheme of things. Like, there's people who have been this dedicated, as dedicated as we are, since they debuted. And, you know, they deserve the flowers too at this point. They do so much for us to be able to be here
yeah.
making silly videos on the internet.
And the craziest thing, I'm thinking now, like a year ago, we were
Yeah.
conspiracy theorizing about like, oh, there's a tour coming up, because like they had announced it
Yeah.
at this point already. There's a tour coming up. We need to do everything we possibly can to go see them, and most likely they'll hit New York, so we need to plan for going to New York. And then it happened 6 months
Yep.
later.
Yep.
So
Because we bought the tickets in January
mhm.
while I was at Casey's house at like 4 in the morning, because
Yeah.
they released them on Japanese time.
If I mean,
Wow.
anyone from the company, if you can do us a huge favor and pass along the message, you don't even have to remember our names. Just two American and Canadian girls. We're talking about how much you changed their lives. So that would be wonderful if any of you chronically online BMSG artists catch this video.
No, really. And watch this far to the end.
Yeah. And the translation
My
isn't
goodness.
bad enough to completely ruin the message.
No, I mean, they'll see us crying.
Yeah.
Or you know, we'll get one of those people who who will like clip our videos and put them on Twitter.
Yeah.
You know, if that happens, that's crazy too. Like, hey.
But yeah, you guys mean everything to us. Like, not to sound like crazy people, but music means a lot to me and Sid. So for us to be able to connect on such a deeper level like this through your music, I hope that means a lot to you.
Yeah.
Because it means a lot
The
to
music
us.
that, yeah, music that we don't even share a common language in, you know?
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for possibly also crying with us, because I'm sure that what we've said has resonated with you. I know there are a lot of home base fans that also feel like Be First changed their lives. We were talking specifically on the international side because it is a lot harder for us to access Be First the way that home base fans can. And we jump through hoops to interact with the content that Be First put out, including using our friends as translators.
Yep, our friends as translators, buying things from other people's addresses and having them send things to us. And it's we wouldn't be able to do it without the like network of people that we've put together,
For sure.
that we've joined into, really.
So yeah, everything up until this point has been absolutely bonkers, like actually unfathomable. Like, thinking about everything right now, I can't conceptualize it.
No. The difference between last year at this time to this year at this time.
I was still really brand new to the company. Like, I was a bestie starting like the day that 2B dropped. That's when I was like, okay, yeah, I'll make the jump. And then I made the jump. But I was still brand new guy, hadn't even watched the first yet.
Yeah.
Which is crazy that we started that in January last year.
Yeah. No, literally, like, it's everything's happening so quickly. It seems like everything happens quickly, and like it seems like it's taking a long time as it's happening, but then when you get to the other side, you're like, whoa, we did so much this year, regardless of if we took a 4 or 5 month break. Like, in the rest of the months that we were doing stuff and posting stuff, a lot. That was a lot. That was a lot of stuff. And we did that.
We did. Through multiple personal life transitions, too.
Yeah. Jobs, schools, losing jobs, changing jobs, getting jobs, going back to school, family, friends.
Yeah.
Like, so many different things. But hey, we're still here. And we will be.
Yes. Even if for some reason one day we stop uploading, I don't think it's going to change our relationship with Be First and BMSG.
Yep.
It's going to be one of those forever things unless something absolutely bonkers insane happens.
Yeah, they're in here now.
But yeah, if y'all stuck around this whole time, thank you very much. Not just for the video, but for this whole channel. We appreciate you endlessly. And we do want to release more content for you at a more regular basis. We are working on it. We're making moves behind the scenes to make things easier for us and easier for you guys. Yeah, just I can't say it enough. Thank you. We
Yeah.
don't really
It's crazy
gain
that-
anything out of this really either. We just do it
No.
for fun.
Yeah, no money, nothing like that. We can't make money off of these videos, but everybody knows that. But like the fact that a sizable amount of people watch us every time we upload, like no matter what we're uploading related to the company, like there's a huge chunk of people who watch. Like even if the numbers are like small in comparison, like they're still huge numbers.
Yeah.
Like even the fact that some of our videos have 20,000 views, that's a lot of people.
I actually,
That's
whenever
a
we talk
lot.
about it, as soon as we're done talking about it, I remove it from my brain. I'm like, I can't do that.
And the fact that these are like almost entirely people other than our friends who watch, they're almost entirely people on the other side of the planet in a completely different time zone who speak a completely different language who are like, yeah, I'll watch these two girls. That's crazy. When we look at our analytics and I see the breakdown of like all of the different prefectures in Japan and all of the different cities and like where all our viewers come from, I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah.
I'm from Canada.
It's especially
Like, what do you
touching
mean?
the comments that we receive from people who are like, I put your videos on and I pretend like I'm sitting with
Ugh.
my friends talking about BMSG and Be First. Like, that's crazy.
That's it. That's why we're doing it.
Yeah. I mean, if there were
That's
to be a reason other than we just like doing it, we're having fun doing it, it would be to connect with other fans in a meaningful way.
Mhm. Yeah. Even when like our friends were talking about like, oh, I always put your videos on, like I make like a whole thing out of it, like I'll put your videos on and sit down with a meal. I'm like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
we're connecting with our friends and we don't even know it because they're just watching us have fun. They're just the two of us. And that's also, it makes it extra interesting meeting them in person because it's like, hey, we meet this person and we have no idea what they look like for the first time, and then we meet them and we're like, hey, I'm Sid, I'm Tay, whatever, and we're like, they tell us who they are, and I'm like, it's the first time I'm seeing your face, but you have seen my face so many times.
Yeah,
It's
even
just
with
very strange.
even with people that whose faces we had seen but we hadn't met, like Courtney, Rumi, like Kay,
Mhm.
like that.
Yeah.
Even that, I was like, this is
I was like,
this
hey.
is surreal.
Yeah. It's cool. Connecting people all over the world.
That is your reach. Be First. That is your reach. You have done this. We know
Yeah.
people. I'm not gonna dox where Courtney's from because that's a state. She's from America as well. Different state from me.
Yeah.
Sid's obviously from Canada. Rumi's from the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
We know people from Argentina. We know people from the UK, Singapore, all these different places that we would never have met these people otherwise.
Never in our lives would we have met this many people. I've never known so many people who are from so many different countries and continents. Like, I don't think ever before in my life have I known someone who is from like all as many of these places as I do now. And it's so cool. all because of a little group, a little company in Japan.
But yeah, boss, if this ever gets back to you, thank you as well for everything that you have done to make all of this happen. Because honestly, if it weren't for Be First, then we wouldn't be where we are. But if it weren't for you, Be First wouldn't exist.
Yep. Which means without Sky High, we wouldn't be such good friends. That's crazy, isn't it? Butterfly effect.
Mm-hmm.
How can a man founding a company in Japan make two North American girls become friends?
Here's how.
when here's how. It starts with a loan.
It starts with him being an idol when he's 18.
Yeah, actually, that's where it starts. My goodness. We could speak about this kind of stuff forever. We could just keep going around in circles until it's dark outside. Which
Yeah.
it almost is for me. It's almost 5 p.m.
It's 4 o'clock over here.
Yeah. Sun's going down. I can see it.
But yeah, expect more. Probably not at the volume that we were releasing stuff at the beginning of this year, or 2025. But more consistent than the latter half of 2025.
Yeah.
And yeah, usual stuff. Like, comment, subscribe if you have anything you want to share with us about watching us specifically, or about what we're literally recording this video for, which is Be First. Anything.
Or even just the song, any song that came out this year. Actually, I have a question. What is everybody's favorite song released by BMSG this year in 2025?
By BMSG,
for me,
I have
don't know the answer.
Yeah, I'd have to think about that. But for Be First, I think for me, it would probably be Stare and Wonder.
I was going to say for Be First, for me, it's Stare and Wonder. This is actually might be a close second at this point.
Yeah.
But it's probably recency bias. But yeah, for me, it's Stare and Wonder. For sure. I love that song. I love the choreo. I love the music. I love the lyrics. I love that it's like an anime tie-in, but it doesn't like feel like it. Like, I love that Be First's tie-ins never feel like too campy in that way.
They could be standalone songs.
Yeah.
That they just decided to write and
really
put on the album.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, BMSG as a whole, I couldn't.
Yeah, I really have to think about that.
Because I couldn't even pick a favorite core song that came out.
Yeah, I
year,
was
so
about
I don't
to
know
say
how I'm supposed to do that.
I'd have to think about all of the core songs I'd listened to. I'd really have to think about all the Shota songs that I've listened to this year. Reiko's songs,
We
like,
have to think about
maybe
Moon Chaser.
Maybe, brother, that song, Reiko.
Yeah, that's a great song. Maybe is a great song. Man. But anyway, yeah. Tell us in the comments what your favorite BMSG song, or Be First, whatever you want.
If you're just Bestie, if you're
group.
not Unity, tell us your favorite Be First song. If you're Unity, favorite BMSG song from this year.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun. I'll really like to see.
Yeah, if people make it this far.
Those answers. That's true. I don't expect them to, but that's okay.
Only a handful.
Our friends will.
Yep.
Perhaps.
You don't have to.
We'll see. No, you don't. The fact that they watch it all is crazy to me.
But yeah,
anyway,
we will see you guys in the next video, whichever one that is. It might honestly be a Starglow video. I think we're that excited for them to debut.
Yeah, when that comes out, it'll be.
Yeah, because we already have Moon Chaser.
We're also planning. Yeah, we've got Moon Chaser 2. We're planning on doing a Shota video soon. We're planning on doing a core video soon. So like, core is also gonna have a comeback in January. So with his album, so like, so many things are gonna happen in January. We could probably make a Hana video in January. Like, there's endless amount.
We're long overdue for Hana. Long overdue.
Yeah, we are. We really are. I should figure out what the best song to start with is. But anyway, that doesn't matter for this.
We will see you guys in the next video, whichever one that ends up being. We've got plenty on deck.
Yes.
And once again, just thank you for everything. Every single second that you guys have spent with us, every like and comment, every subscription, every word of mouth, because I know that you guys have told us that you like tell your friends about us, and that is crazy, by the way.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is insane. But yeah.
Yeah.
And if this
Wow.
is your first video with us, thank you for reaching this long on your first video with us. But we will see you more, and we have plenty of videos that you can catch up on while you're waiting for us to
Yup.
release again. Like
Yup.
we're
Time to rewatch. Run it all back.
from the beginning.
Yep. From the To Be album review that didn't even
Dude.
have my face in it.
Dude, the To Be album review that ended up being 5 hours long. Oh my god. We got to Royal because we tacked that one on in the end, and I was like,
why are we listening to this, actually? I have to go.
but again, without ATs.
No, exactly. We could just keep going back and back and back and back. Guys, without Girls' Generation, if I never got into K-pop in 2010, we wouldn't be here right now. Butterfly effect.
But yeah, we
goodness.
will see you guys in the next one, whichever one that ends up being. Take care of yourselves in the meantime. I hope you guys had a good holidays, Happy New Year, all that good stuff.
Yes. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays.
Whatever you celebrate.
We'll see you later.
Bye.